now. So I'm going to click on the Reading A to Z link. And this is our homepage here. You see a lot of great features. Over here we have a bar that shows you that you can look for resources by looking at different correlations. So we have correlations to Common Core state standards, to different curriculums, to curriculum standards, to different core reading series, and to language proficiency standards, which also might be of interest to you if you have a large ELL population. Over here you can see new books. The company is constantly adding new books. You can see this month they added 7 new books. You can page through here and see which books are new. Over here you can see product updates and information. The company is constantly adding new resources and updating the resources that we have. And you can just check here periodically to see what's going on. Down here we have most popular books by grade level. So if you're just looking to print some high interest books, you can come here and select a grade level and see which books are most popular. Over here we have hot search topics. This is a great place to look if you get on here and you don't even know what you're looking for. You can see different keywords that teachers have been searching for using our search bar at this time during the year, and it might give you some ideas for what to look for. And then lastly, over here we have our resource calendar, and the resource calendar shows you different holidays. So for example, June 17th is Eat Your Vegetables Day. You'll notice that we use the term holiday very loosely, but if you were to click on this link, it would take you to all the books that we have about that holiday or that subject matter. Up at the top here you see a blue bar, and this blue bar is your navigation for everything you need on Reading A to Z. It shows you the 4 key things you could do on the site. So first and foremost, you're going to be looking to access resources, and you can do that using our resources button and the search bar. Then you're going to want to save your resources so that you don't have to print them or search repeatedly for them later. Then over here we have, again, the Manage Students button for Raz Kids. And then lastly, the Teacher Corner, which is going to provide you with the level correlation chart, information about running records, links to the different standards and correlations that we provide you with, and then some additional information about using what's available on Reading A to Z. For example, we have a video library. So what you're going to want to do is when you get on Reading A to Z, you're going to want to set up your file cabinet so that you have a place to store your resources. So I'm going to click on the file cabinet. And how you set this up is going to be completely up to you. I have it set up for assessments, for reading groups, for ELA stories, and skills. But however you do it is up to you. Oh, I didn't mean to click that. If you click on the green New button here, you can create a new folder. And once you're in your folder, oh, I'm not in your folder. You can see I'm in your folder. I can edit folder options. So I can change the name of your folder. I can move it and make it a subfolder of another folder, or I can add in notes. And if I choose to delete it, I can do that here as well. Within a folder, you can create several folders, subfolders to help you organize your information. Once you have a couple folders set up, you can start looking for resources. And the best way to look for resources is by going to our Resources button here. I want you to think of this as like a file cabinet. So each item in blue here is a drawer in our file cabinet, and then each item within it is like a folder in the file cabinet. So you can see that our resources are broken into books, key reading skills, foundational skills, Common Core, assessments, ELL and bilingual, and instructional uses. I want to make sure that you're familiar with our leveled books today because that is the #1 reason why people come to Reading A to Z. So within books here, you can see we have leveled books, And our level books are sorted by level. You can see all the levels here. If you hover over the letters, it shows you all the different correlations to that level. So I'm going to select level N. And then we have filters here. So if you want to narrow down the results by books that are all fiction books or all nonfiction books, or books that come with a Common Core lesson supplement, you can do so here. So I will narrow down by books that come with a Common Core lesson supplement. You can see because of me narrowing down the results, I'm down to 17 books, and they're all right here. If I hover over a book, it gives me a little information about the book. I can see how many words are in it, what level it is. It gives me a synopsis of the book and tells me the different languages that the book is available in. So I'm going to click on this book, and this is going to take me to the book's landing page. That means that every resource that's related to this book is going to be on this page. I can scroll through the book here and just make sure that the book is appropriate for my students. I know it's too small to see the words, but you can at least see how many words are on a page, and you can view the pictures. Over here you can see the different languages that the books are available in. We only have books available in English, Spanish, French, and British English right now. And then under book resources, you see the different ways to print or view the book. So your first option is to print books for your students to look at. And you can print a single-sided book, a double-sided book, or a pocket book. Single-sided is going to use the most paper, followed by double-sided, and pocket books are going to use the least amount of paper. A pocket book is going to put 4 pages of a book on one computer page. So it's a great option, especially if you're going to be sending them home, because then you don't care as much if it doesn't come back. And at the bottom of the page here, we have directions on how to assemble the books. So there's videos and downloadable instructions. You can see that in addition to printing the books, you can also open it up as a projectable. And anytime you see this icon, that shows you that a resource is a projectable. So you'll see some over here as well. So this is the projectable. You can page through the book. It's a great option. I don't know about your district, but where I teach, we have to print in black and white. So I like to use the projectables so that my students can at least see these pictures in color, but also if I'm using the book for a whole class lesson so that I can mark the pages. And you have several tools over here that you can use when reading the book. Then you'll see that this is a multi-level book, which means that you can teach coral reefs to your whole class, but you can differentiate to the different reading levels. So it's available at level N, Q, and U. We have a nice variety of books that are available as leveled books. Then all of our leveled books come with a guided reading lesson. And it tells you about the lesson, what the targeted reading strategy is, the objectives, the materials. Everything that's in bright green is going to be located on that landing page. It goes through the vocabulary, and then it's going to be broken into a format that teachers are going to be really comfortable with. We have before reading, during reading, after reading, and you can see they give you step-by-step directions. Then build skills, which is going to include instruction on phonics, phonemic awareness, grammar mechanics, and word work. Then there's a section to build fluency, which is going to be repeated readings of the text. Extend the reading, which is going to provide connections to other content areas. And lastly, there's always an assessment. All the materials that go along with that lesson are going to be located right here under Teach the Objectives. You can either click all worksheets, or you can see each worksheet individually by skill. And then the quiz is located right here. Now, before I forget, if you like that lesson and you want to add it to your file cabinet, you just click on the green file folder. You're going to see these folders throughout all the resources. And then you select your folder and you click Add. When you come to a page like this, though, where there's lots of resources that you might be using, there's usually a link that will say add this whole page to my file cabinet. So you can do that as well. Now we selected a book that comes with a Common Core lesson supplement, and I'm going to show it to you really quick. I know we're running out of time. Common Core lesson supplements are great. They're built around a key question, and then they break vocabulary down into academic vocabulary and story words. This lesson has a section on ask and answer questions. Students always work on a graphic organizer, learn different text features, and answer text-dependent questions. And here's an example of the graphic organizer. Now, unfortunately, there is just so much to show you on Reading A to Z that I can spend at least an hour on Reading A to Z and still not show you everything. So what I do want to show you is that teachers should look for resources under this resources button. And hopefully you can give them some time to explore Reading A to Z to see what's available. Now, if they go to a resource and they want to learn about it, they could just click on it. And there's always a link that will say more about this skill. And it will tell you why to use it and then how to use it. And honestly, they give you everything you really need to know. And there's a lot of times tip videos. So have students click around and view that. Our company, I don't know if you guys have any other trainings or webinars left. Our company also usually provides at least one free webinar a month that's open to the public. So if you go to the teacher corner here, down to training, you can see live classes. Oh, actually, I was right here. Free public webinars. And you can sign up for one. Right now, there aren't any classes scheduled for Reading A to Z and Raz Kids, so they might be adding them soon. I would check there periodically because you can receive another training for free, which will have a trainer go through and highlight several resources. But unfortunately, when we do Reading A to Z and Raz Kids in the same webinar, there's just not enough time. Let me make sure I told you everything I wanted to tell you. Okay, so I definitely recommend using the resources button to find resources, but you could also search in the search bar. You could search for like main idea and details, and every resource we have on main idea and details will come up. Or you can search plants, and you can see all the level books that we have that you can use to teach plants, and you can narrow the results down by reading level. And then remember that you can also search here by Common Core state standards. I do want to stop though because we are out of time, and I want to see if you have any questions.